Franklin and Medway are great communities, and the people of these towns know how to get things done. They know how to work together, and they look out for one another. That attitude, that spirit, that's what makes me proud to live here and be your state representative. That attitude is what made my great-grandfather, who came to this country from Italy in 1895, help other immigrants get jobs, put clothes on their backs, food on their tables, and roofs over their heads. That attitude was instilled in me by my parents from a very young age, and it's something I have passed along to my 3 children. It's what made me want to serve on a school building committee in 1999 and run for the Franklin School Committee in 2001, where I served for 10 years helping the district create the Franklin Arts Academy, build 2 new elementary schools, 2 new middle schools, and the crown jewel of the Franklin School District, Franklin High School. It's what drove me to run for town council in 2011. And it's that attitude of giving back that made me want to be the state representative for Franklin and Medway in 2012, because I wanted to make sure these vital communities have a strong voice at the state level. It's why I've advocated for legislation that will protect our planet and citizens and give us the energy independence needed in the face of global warming and climate change.
Climate change is rapidly reshaping the world, including New England. We must make unparalleled changes, including the creation of clean energy.
It's why I advocated for financial protections for students in higher education.
Massachusetts is home to some of the finest public and private colleges and universities in the world. Higher education is also a major employer and driver of business throughout the Commonwealth.
It's why I've advocated for healthcare legislation that would increase access for the most vulnerable members of our Commonwealth and make healthcare delivery more efficient and effective for all.
Massachusetts continues to be a leader in healthcare and public health areas, and this bill will indeed move us further along towards increased accessibility, higher quality, and more affordable healthcare for all.
It's why I have led on efforts to enhance educational opportunities for students, including the Genocide Education Act signed by the governor in 2021.
Bringing the Genocide Education Act to the floor will give students throughout the Commonwealth an opportunity to receive a greater understanding of these horrors of history and learn more about the human condition.
It's why I pushed for funding and legislation for early college to give students an opportunity to earn credits while still in high school.
72% of the jobs in Massachusetts require a credential beyond a high school diploma, and this bill provides the ingredients and the tools to allow students to pursue these jobs.
It's why I pushed for laws to get legal notices posted online so people know what's happening in their communities.
The Electronic Publication of Legal Notices Act is a measure that bolsters public access to democracy. It increases access to public records, documents, and hearings. It encourages civil engagement, and it will revolutionize access to public notices.
And it's why I've reached across the aisle and worked on bipartisan legislation to protect people from cyberbullying, revenge porn, home equity theft, insurance company interference with medical decision-making, and campus sexual assault. But being a state representative takes more than just passing laws. It's about being there for the people of your district. It's about looking out for your neighbors and letting them know you have their back. That's why I worked with local law enforcement, social service organizations, and families to form the SAFE Coalition to help our community find solutions to the substance use disorder crisis.
Jeff knows how to create connection, and that's how the SAFE Coalition got off to a roaring start. Everything's personal for Jeff, and everything leads back to how can I better represent the people that I'm charged with representing.
It's why I pushed to get supports and treatment facilities in the area so that those who need help can find it and access it.
Our communities of Franklin and Medway are so much better because Jeff Roy has stood up for those in the margins, in the shadows, for those who never had a voice, and for those families who had nowhere else to turn.
It's why I have worked to deliver local aid for schools, roads, infrastructure, public safety, arts, and recreation. It's why I worked for improvements to the commuter rail service and infrastructure, delivered funding for the Snet Trail and the tunnel under Prospect Street, parking at Franklin State Forest, the Medway Community Farm, and improvements to recreational spaces in both Franklin and Medway. It's why I have helped constituents navigate issues involving pensions, unemployment, health insurance, COVID relief, mass save rebates, and a myriad of issues involving state agencies. It's people like Donna Lawler, who was at risk of losing her home when her husband's pension was stripped from her.
He fulfilled the promise to me that he was going to get my husband's pension back, and he did.
And Mike Berthune, who lost his paramedic credentials due to an arbitrary state law change.
It really meant a lot to me to have Jeff on my side, helping me get past some of these hurdles and having some connections and trying to do our best to get this through.
And Isabel Cowell, who was denied insurance coverage for pain medication she needed during her cancer treatments.
It's really difficult to be a cancer survivor, period. But it's really difficult to be a cancer survivor alone. We felt this for a few months until we met Jeff Roy, and we've never felt alone since then. When Jeff Roy runs the PMC race and my name is on his shirt, it feels like I am helping and I'm part of that race as well.
It's why I advocated for a cultural district in our area and stepped up for entrepreneurs and nonprofits like the Franklin Food Pantry, the Franklin Performing Arts Company, and the Medway Community Farm, helping them secure state grants and support so that our local economy can thrive.
He shows up. He shows up for his community, and I've seen that for almost 10 years.
Along the way, I maintain very close relationships with all our local officials so that I can be ready to address their needs in an instant.
If you need something done, you need the community support as well as the state support. Nobody works harder for the town of Franklin than Jeff Roy does.
That's why I do this job. To confront the challenges we face, our community needs continued leadership and collaboration. We need someone with the experience and the know-how of governing. And we need a strong commitment, relentless perseverance, and sincere empathy. Franklin and Medway deserve nothing less. And it's why I'm asking for your vote this November.